Whoa! We have some big things to talk about here in just a moment. Now, by now, most of you probably have heard of the Astonishing, which is the brand new double album, which will be due out in 2016. Early 2016 so far has been the indicated timeline from Dream Theater. And we also know that over the past few weeks, there have been little cryptic notes and cryptic things that have been going on over the Dream Theater website, announcing two factions and two different newsletters, which seem to indicate some sort of rivalry. But now they've announced even further, or even more, now they have a brand new website, or a portion of their website that's dedicated to this album, which is gradually going to be releasing and showing off characters, a map, track listing, and showing some other things, the Nomax. Whoa. So what the hell does this all mean? At the cornerstone, it means that there's going to be a new Dream Theater album coming out in 2016. It's going to be a double album affair that's obviously going to be of the conceptual nature, which should make everybody in the Dream Theater camp as fans exceptionally excited, considering whenever this band does concept albums, they really do extremely well, considering albums such as, Metropolis 2 Scenes from a Memory, or the second disc of 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. Yeah, those are definitely fan favorites, but now we have something that's involving a lot more than just your run-of-the-mill idea. This is almost one that feels very much like the Amory Wars from Coheed and Cambria. Either that or they're designing their own universe, their own map, almost like they read The Hobbit over a weekend or The Lord of the Rings and decided to try their hand at it, considering there are two rival factions, considering there's going to be a character list that is going to be unfamiliar, as opposed to the character list in Metropolis 2, which added elements and added characters to the original song, which was released in the 90s. And this is going to have a lavish map behind it. There seems to be there's going to be a lot of information that really is given to all of us, that's given to the fan base, all based around this album. And it's going to be one that is a sprawling affair, and for all we know, to be perfectly honest, I mean, let's be real here for a second. Something that has this sort of wide arc, this sort of serious world building going on right alongside of it could easily be just the tip of the iceberg. This could be something that could easily expand itself into multiple albums. Either that, or it could be something that is built upon through individual songs on future albums. It's hard to tell. This sort of world building offers a band, especially one of the progressive variety, but even one that is not, an infinite amount of potential inspiration, because even if you feel that the story that you're telling is all said and done, chances are that down the line you may have another chapter that comes to your mind that you wish that you could have recorded, but hey, now you can, so long as everything's, plot continuity and all that stuff. Musically speaking, what should we expect? That's one of the main reasons why we're here. Obviously, with the idea of a concept album, we can expect to hear many different tones of voice on this disc throughout the musical exploration, throughout the musical building of this album. This is one that will hopefully represent each side in a different way and tell a story that's this large in scope in many tones of voice, or in many different I guess you could say many different volumes of music, either that or styles of progressive music. This is a band that is, of course, just a couple of years removed from their self-titled album, which was their real official album, where Mike Mangini was getting some writing chops in and everything like that, because Dramatic Turn of Events was principally one that was not penned at all by Mangini. So now, with one album under their belt officially and a couple world tours, this is a band that is coming back in full force, and they are easily trying to pen, or penning, they're in the process of recording and penning their most dynamic and complex opus to date. That's the only way that I can describe something like this, considering I can't remember something this magnificent, this large, this lavish being done in Dream Theater's history. And the only thing that sort of feels like it comes close is either 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence or A Change of Seasons. And Even though Metropolis 2 Scenes from a Memory shouldn't be forgotten about, it was one that was handled in individual movements. It does take place in the same universe, so to speak, but this had a little bit of pretexting to really aid it and kind of help people follow along. This is, in the Astonishing, this is something that is going to be built literally from track 1 of this disc, not to mention it's also going to be built by the mythos that is created and surrounds the listener, surrounds the purchaser of the album in the packaging and what we see along with it. I don't know about you, but I'm insanely, and I mean insanely excited about this, because it feels very much like this is going to be the Game of Thrones of progressive metal music. This is going to maybe take the art of storytelling, the art of concept, to a brand new level, and one that is explored every so often by bands, or attempted every so often by bands, but usually the big dogs are the ones that can pull it off the best. And a band like Dream Theater, as far as I can think, has never really laid a stink bomb. You know, there have been some albums that perhaps the fans haven't reacted as favorably to, and I'm thinking of Falling Into Infinity, which is stupid because it's a really good disc. But this has been a very consistent group, one that has never really disappointed all of that much. So we can expect big things from this album. I want to know what you think, though. I want to know your excitement, your hype about The Astonishing, which is coming the first part of next year, 2016. Let me know in the comments below how you feel, what's going on in your mind right now about all of this. And let's get ourselves prepared, because in a few short months, we are going to be transported into a brand new world. And we are going to, in musical form, engage ourselves in an opera that may be unlike any that we have ever heard before.